Welcome back to Long Island Viewpoint. I'm Michelle Charlesworth. With so many fad diets, quick fixes, and outrageous new detox procedures popping up, it is sometimes kind of tough to know what is actually healthy for us and what is not. Our next guest wants to debunk the common 5 nutrition myths that get in our way of efforts to lose weight. So please join me in welcoming David Zulberg, who is a health and fitness expert and has authored a book called The Life Transforming Diet. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
So this book, this whole idea that you have, this plan that you have for people, how is it different from what else is out there?
Well, what I did is I spent many years researching, going back actually quite a few thousands of years, to Hippocrates, Galen, and Maimonides.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's amazing to see how much about fitness and health and psychology has really been written about all through those years. So, you know, I took that information into account, spent many years researching it, and also incorporated the most current dietary and fitness guidelines.
But just looking through the book, this book is going to make you have more energy, look better, look younger, sleep better, and you're bringing all of those thousands of years of knowledge to bear, but making it easy to understand,
Absolutely.
Which I think is great.
It's the best of ancient medicine together with the most modern medicine, and it's easy and fun to read.
Right.
And practical.
So how much, when we are transforming our lives and our diets, how much should we really radically change what we're eating every day? Should it be a quick changeover, or should it be something more gradual? What do you say to people? You
know, well, conventional thinking is that in order to achieve big weight loss results, you've got to make big changes. But the reality is we know that motivation wanes. You know, how long can we maintain those extreme measures?
Human nature.
Absolutely. Right. So the reality is that in order to achieve long-term weight loss success, we need to make small changes at the right pace. We have to change our habits. And that is why I suggest you make one habit change a week.
Like?
It won't be long before you see the results. Let's say you start with breakfast. Start with breakfast in the first week. In the second week, start with exercise. And you build up the process. But the point is that way you're working with human nature and not against human nature.
Right, and you get motivated because you start to see a change.
Right.
And you see that these little changes are not wrecking your schedule or your life.
Right, the little changes become big changes very quickly.
What about carbs? Everybody talks about, oh, I'm not going to eat the bread with my hamburger. Oh, bread is terrible for you. Is that true?
Carbs are not the enemy of a weight loss program. In fact, the truth is that carbs are an important part of a well-balanced diet. And we know this through the centuries. Hippocrates 2,000 years ago wrote about it already and continued with Maimonides. And today we know that current research shows that it's an important part of a program. The key is to choose the right types of carbs.
So what do we need to eat?
So you want to stick with whole wheat grains. It has the fiber, it has nutritional content. Refined grains, on the other hand, are simple, empty calories. So
explain to people, refined grains are what? Simple white bread?
Right, any breads that the brand has been taking out of it. So you want to look for the whole wheat products in the stores. And the point is, don't say no to bread. Say no to refined bread. Say yes to whole wheat bread.
And the white bread is bad because it turns into sugar in our bodies, or it's
just
too simple,
empty calories. It just doesn't have much nutritional content. You know, the good stuff has been taken out of it in the refining process.
And why is the good stuff good?
Well, it aids digestion, and there's also, you know, vitamins and minerals, and it's just, brand is an important part of a weight loss program and a health program.
And it helps get the bad stuff out of us.
Absolutely.
And fills us up, right? It fills us up as well. That's true. All right, what about water retention? People talk about that when they talk about weight loss and diets and stuff.
Well, actually, water stimulates the kidneys, which helps reduce water retention. You know, often we confuse hunger and thirst. You know, and the reality is no matter how much you eat, you're not going to quench that thirst. If you're thirsty, you need a drink. What actually happens is that if we don't quench our thirst, we eat too much of the wrong foods and we just overeat. So the key is to get into the habit of drinking water. Start with 2 cups a day. You can move up to 4 cups a day, but give your body a chance just to enjoy that simple, plain, healthy water.
Just good water. And when you're hungry, have some water. How long should we wait after we have the water? 20 minutes to see if we're still hungry, or longer, or less time?
That's a very interesting question, and actually through research through the centuries, they say you should wait about 20 minutes or so.
Okay, so about 20 minutes,
yeah.
Because you know what? 8 out of 10 times you might just be thirsty.
Absolutely.
And you saved yourself from the Snickers.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right, I have a friend who has seltzer before she goes to any party. She eats so much less. She just because she had water going in there. What about eliminating snacks? Some people eliminate snacks and just say 3 straight meals and I'm going to be much better. Is that a good idea?
Snacking is a challenge between meals, and understandably many people say, well, you know, it's so difficult, I'm not going to eat anything between meals. The problem with that is that once you reach your meal, you're just going to overeat. You're hungry. So you're going to eat whatever's in sight, or you're just going to eat too much of it. So the key really is to snack on the right foods between the meals, and those include fruits, vegetables, low-fat dairy, And remember to drink water once again. But if you're eating the right types of foods between the meals, you're not going to be hungry at the main meals and you're not going to overeat.
And is it true that that's also stoking the furnace, that our bodies are sort of revving up more, and that means that your metabolism is going to kick in all day long as opposed to on, off, on, off?
You want to maintain blood sugar levels, and the way to do that is not to starve yourself and not wait too long between periods of eating.
What is it that people say that makes you crazy when they start a diet or start changing the way they eat or exercise that you think is a sabotage pitfall?
I would say, you know, most people, like I said in the beginning, most people really start with so many extreme measures, and the reality is you can't change your whole life in one day. You know, so people want to see the results quickly, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're going to make all those changes, you're just not going to maintain it. There's only so long you can, rely upon motivation. And the truth is, once you incorporate a habit into your life, you automatically want to do those good things.
What's your favorite snack?
I would like to say fruit.
With peanut butter, almond butter? No, just fruit by itself?
I would say really low-fat yogurt is generally my favorite. It keeps me, keeps me full and satisfied.
Sounds good. All right. And you really do drink that much water all day long? Do you drink 8 glasses?
No, I usually stick to about 4 glasses of water.
All right. All right. Thank you for being honest. And good luck with the book. Congratulations on the book. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm Michelle Charlesworth, and we thank you again for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.